Coaches, Rick Stewart of All Access Coaching. I'm really excited to bring you this free video, and make sure you hit the subscribe and like button down below. It gives us valuable data as far as what coaches want. And also, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll start doing weekly YouTube clinics for free. And if you hit the like and subscribe button, you'll get notified when we upload new content. We're uploading 3 or 4 videos every week.
So the empty run game is no new plays, just different ways. And you can see, so this is backs right empty. You could call it slots right empty if you wanted to, but it's backs makes it easy to distinguish between slot right empty and backs right empty. But it just puts the tailback in it. Once he's to the weak side, once he's to the 3 receiver side. The empty run game's no new plays, just different ways. So let's look at the empty gun triple first. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is going to be blocked exactly like we do in every instance. We're going to get double team on the 3. The tackle has B gap. The guard has A gap. They're going to eyeball Mike. So if Mike shoots A gap, the guard will come off and block him. Just like that. If we're going to double the one technique back here, if Will comes in the B gap, then the guard will come off and block him. But here's the great part about this. Here's the handoff key is out here. Here's the end. And the pitch key's out here. Now, one of the things in empty, it's going to be very difficult to bring that Sam hard off the edge in a blitz kind of situation. And the other thing that happens in empty is you're going to get movement because the motion's going this way to the left. Those linebackers have a tendency to slide to the left. And so you don't get as good a pursuit and as good a scrape out of this formation as you would in a normal set. This is almost like a counter option just by them going in motion. And of course, flash is always an option once the play starts. Okay, so let's move and let's watch this on film. Okay, so right now we're in empty and the tailback is to the 3 receiver side. So this is slot right empty. Now watch when he goes in motion, the reaction of the linebackers. Quarterback's calling the play at the line of scrimmage. See the linebackers move? There's the pitch. Everybody's blocked. And we got a very good play. Okay, let's watch it from the end zone. Now watch these linebackers on the tailback's motion. The tailback's here to the right of your screen, and he's going to go in motion. Look at that. Now notice we blocked the linebacker with our veer tackle. And we get a big gain. So that's an example. Now, that's not to say that we're going to line up and run in empty all game, because that wouldn't be a good idea. You know, I mean, we don't want to be that predictable. So now this is empty flip, but so this could be your tailback here. So this would be slot right, flip left. And so now the tailback's actually going to be the pitch man, and the slot is going to be the dive man. Now, if we said backs right, triple left, then this left back here would be your tailback. Okay, so let's look at empty gun triple to the short side. In this particular case, this is our tailback to the weak side. The quarterback changed the play. There's a good read, and there he comes out for a nice gain. Again, you'll see it better from the end zone. You see them adjust their splits because there's the tailback in motion, and the quarterback for a nice gain. Okay, another little wrinkle that we do at times is we will loop block the play side tackle. And by that, he's going to go through the outside breastplate of that handoff key and block backer to free safety. Okay, we're going to double the nose still and block. Everybody else is going to block the same thing. But what we're looking for is to give the tailback the ball by having this end step out. And then we'll get movement on his motion, but we want, by loop blocking that end, we feel like it'll be a give read to the tailback, and we can pop a big gain. So this would be backs right, triple. This particular drawing would be backs right, triple left. And again, I just covered this. This is an outside release through the handoff key's breast, backer to safety. And the quarterback will stack read this and leverage pitch it. But if he doesn't, when we call loop, we know he knows we want the tailback to get the ball. So here's the tailback in motion, and he gets it and just cuts back door, and he's off to the races. Okay, now here's a good shot of it. And you see, everybody lost them. They just lost the tailback on that play. And it turned into a big gain just by adjusting, tweaking the blocking scheme a little bit. So we have the empty triple that you just saw, but we also want to be able to get on the edge ahead of time, and so we have empty double options. The speed option is obviously the easiest. So this would be, now we could have our tailback being the pitch man. So this would be backs right, speed right. Okay, so this would be our tailback back here if we wanted to get him the ball pitched. Now, here's the great thing about speed, our speed option, is to us, that just means we're going to pitch off the handoff key, which is right there. But everything else is gun triple. We're going to double the 3, eyeballing Mike. If Mike blitzes, guard is going to come off and get him. If the tackle pinches, the guard will block him, and the tackle will block Mike. We're going to get the same thing, a double on the nose, but eyeball and B gap. If the nose moves this way, the center will stay on him, and the guard will come up to Will. If Will comes inside, the guard will vault off and get him. If the end comes inside, he'll block him, tackle, deliver him, and pivot up to Will. So we'll have everybody picked up. Flash is still always an option. If there's any rotation on that motion, that puts an extra guy in the perimeter. But now flash is going to have a big play if they roll. So, and that's something the quarterback, it's easy for the quarterback to see. Somebody asked me, what happens if that corner rolls up? Well, then that flash just becomes a fade, and we get the PAT kicker out, kick the extra point. Okay, let's look at the rules here. The quarterback's first thing is to check flash. It's gun triple blocking, except we stalk the pitch key. The quarterback pitches off the handoff key, so there's no new assignments. So we have a whole new play without a new assignment. And this is against a 8-man front. Now, most likely, again, because we use the same personnel, whether we're an empty or double slot, it makes it difficult for the defense to match us up personnel-wise. So, again, I've done a lot of these clinics, and somebody raised his hand and said, well, we wouldn't play an 8-man front. We wouldn't play a 4-4. We would play a 4-2 against empty and play 5 D-backs. Well, that makes perfect sense, except I said, what would you do against our normal front, like a double slot? He said, well, then we play, 4 linebackers and 3 secondary people on it. And I said, well, how are you going to know when we're using the same personnel which to be in? And that had him scratching his head a little bit. But so this is against an 8-man front, whether it be a 4-2 or a 4-4. And it's going to work the same way. We're going to get a double on the 3. The only difference is now we're going to get a seal on that backer and stalk the strong safety, stalk the corner. Again, we're going to protect. If Sam comes into B gap, the guard will come off and block him. We're going to double the 1. And again, if Mike comes off into B gap, we'll get him blocked that way. If Will comes in here, we'll get him blocked that way. But if Will comes in there, you have flash 1-on-1 with that corner. And that's a cover guy. And we want to make that cover guy tackle. And that puts him on our wideout to have to tackle him 1-on-1. So we feel that this is a pretty good scheme against that 8-man front or 4-2-5, whatever you want to call it. We'll have everybody blocked and the ball pitched. Now, this could be our tailback here, or this could be our tailback here.
Coaches, I really hope you got some great information from that YouTube video. Again, hit the subscribe and like button down below. It gives us valuable data. And if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do free YouTube clinics. And you also get notified when I'm doing those YouTube clinics and when I upload new content to this channel. Thanks for watching, coaches.